what up? You know what it is. And we got our homeboy Eric Rippy with us. You know, we got Tim with us as always.
Yo.
What it do, what it do.
Hey, it's good to meet you.
Hell yeah. So what's up, man? How's the drive? I mean, you were already moving around and shit.
Yeah, we were moving around, man, but just waiting on heading out, kicking it a little bit. Yeah, good, slow, smooth drive.
Dude, I seen that you had the camper out with kids not too long ago. I seen
Yeah,
dude,
you see
look,
the camper, bro.
I've been big on that. I want to, because I want to go to Nashville, Memphis.
Yep.
Right, but I got a little baby and dogs and kids and everything else. So
That's it.
I'm telling you, dude, the camper's a jam.
It's a way
I'm
to
like,
go. Yep.
yes.
We borrowed a small one, man, from a dude I know, just an old school, like 2001. My wife does not like to be hot. She doesn't like to do outdoor stuff too much,
Yeah.
so we borrowed this camper. I'm like, just get through this weekend with me. But bro, she fell in love. We had to go buy a brand new one. we were the only ones out there in 40-degree weather this year, cranking the heat on
Hey, that's dope.
Oh man, dude, it's exhilarating too.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
my favorite thing. So like, I'm building a little Zen garden and stuff in my thing. Because on my property, at the end of the day, I want my cultivation. You know, hopefully we can get our license. This is coming up here. Hopefully,
Nice,
and we can do our cultivation. God willing, we're gonna do it. And what I want to do is make it to where we don't have no phone, right? And when you come in, you go through the Zen garden, and then that's immediately when you know that you're going into a different world, right? Because this world that we're living in right now has got so wrapped up and so twisted that we can't grab a hold of a lot of stuff that's really tangible, that's meaningful.
Just
right?
passes us
Just
by.
passes us
Yeah,
by.
it
We
just
blink,
keeps going.
man.
Yeah,
It's
we're
over
on the
with.
shelf.
And
That's
we're like,
right.
shit, and it's over with. So, I mean, there's a lot of things we have to continuously do for ourselves. One of them is paying attention to the people. What they say about social media and the phones, it brings you closer to the people furthest from you, but furthest to the people closest to you.
Man.
Right? So, like, you'll be over here, and that's true, too, because I catch myself doing it. I catch myself being on the phone when I'm like, dude, my daughter's sitting here, like, talking to me, and I'm fucking legit scrolling Facebook. I'm like, what am I doing?
Before you even know you're doing it.
Yeah,
you don't even realize you're doing it.
Yeah, don't even know what I'm doing.
Pick it up, hit the button.
Yep. And like I picked up my phone because I was checking a message, which was regarding business.
But then you got to go to
then
Facebook because you got the phone.
Facebook because I got the phone. Yeah,
because you're already scrolling.
And I'm already scrolling, right?
Yep.
Like, dude, I'll go in there and take a shit in the morning. It's 45 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck was I doing?
Right, you shit
Oh
for
my
6
God.
minutes,
Yes.
8 minutes.
Yeah.
Or when you're at a restaurant and you look at another couple and they're both buried in their
on the
phone,
phones.
and you're like, God, look at them. And then 10 minutes later, I look up and we're both buried on our phone.
Oh
It
yeah,
happens
well
all
you're
the time.
posting about it. I can't believe people are just on their phones in the restaurant like that.
That's it, man.
Yeah, that's it. But I mean, it's just truth though, because we all play on what we want. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, we're just fucking it's controlled as a system. It's like we were just talking about fucking systems, right? Everything that we do is a system. So like when you go learn business, or you go learn history, or you go learn mechanics, you go learn computers, you learn anything, it's a system.
Yep.
They teach you something on a system. Math, full system, right? Numbers, systems. Jujutsu, fucking system, right? What do? Give you a number. They put you in that rotation. It's just a system. That's all it is. So it's cash flow. That's cash flow. It's funny too. So I caught cannabis charges a few different times, and
Once or twice,
thrice. No, but so I am in CBIT right now. You know CBIT, the fucking drug program thing.
No, well, we don't have it in Indiana, but it's probably just called something different.
It's something different. So like I did TCOM in prison, and they actually have CBIT in prison. But now I have to do CBIT on the phone.
I heard about. Listen, side note.
Yes.
I heard you talking about the program in the penitentiary. And I've been there, and I heard about you and the homies.
We had to snitch on each other,
Well, yeah, because if not, you don't get that time cut. You got to tell, and you know, and it was so funny. I was like, you always had that one guy that wasn't on game. It was like, you were, and I'm like, man, you're really feeling this program shit.
Yeah, you're about
like you are.
You're taking us a little too far, man.
Yeah, you know we're gonna hit the yard one day, right? Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, dude, it's super funny.
I lost it when you talked about that.
Yeah. Oh man, it's just you can't fake real. You know what I'm saying? That's sort of the biggest thing. You just can't fake it.
Yep.
You know, but so I'm on this program, right? And maybe my mind is a little fucked up. It has to be, right? But I feel like the rest of America is starting to be fucked up just as bad because I firmly believe in cannabis. Like I'm an advocate and I firmly believe in cannabis. This is what I do. We fucking teach people how to grow and the whole nine, right? So if I went to prison for cannabis, right, and I'm in this drug program, and they're telling me how bad drugs are, right? Mind you, I live on the line of Tennessee and Virginia.
Yeah.
So Tennessee says that I have to take this drug class because cannabis is bad, and Virginia allows me to own multiple cannabis businesses, right? So America, like I hear him and screaming, you know, like fuck. So, but this is where I'm at. I was sitting here talking to these people in CBIT, and I'm like, no, I don't have an urge to hurt nobody. No, I don't have an urge to do drugs. Yeah, I have an urge to drink a beer. Yeah, fucking right. Yes, I have an urge to smoke a joint. Right? Okay. I don't need pills for my back. I don't need heroin. I don't need coke. Like, I don't need that shit. Right? But I do like a joint. Wait, hold on. It's legal.
Right.
I can grow it. It's legal.
Yeah.
So if I can do that, and this is legal. It's probably not the best for you. You don't want to drive afterward.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you got to be
legal,
responsible.
Right? It's legal.
Yeah.
So, hey, pills are legal too if the doctor gives them to you?
Facts. No, fully facts. Right?
So,
yeah. No, I mean, like, that's the truth. But I do believe in man-made shit. Like, I know this is bad.
Yeah.
Right? I know this is bad.
But
Cannabis,
the joint ain't.
No, because we grew that.
That's not man.
Because we grew that.
Because we grew that.
I edit that part out. We grew that. Y'all don't forget.
Yes. But what I'm saying is this, right? Now, if my whiskey would probably taste like asshole or potatoes. Honestly, more potatoes than anything.
Yeah.
Or some burnt plates. But regardless of the fact you would want to drink my fucking whiskey, it will make you go blind. More blind. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, it's green. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it.
Blind's the least.
Yes. But I wouldn't want to indulge in anything else. We have those conversations with my doctor right now for the children because she wants to get Logan different prescriptions, and I'm like, negative. And they're like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, wait till he's 21 so I can give him some cannabis.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, man, and as you know, all these changes are happening in our nation, and certain places, like you said, you're allowed, it's legal, it's not legal, whatever. Here's what I can tell you. My wife is a hospice nurse. Okay, so, and I know with her being on hospice, people that do like they these doctors are trying to put all this stuff down their throat. And the ones that just do CBD, or they're like, yeah, we go out to California and we get our medical card, blah blah blah, and I don't feel any pain. I don't have to take all that stuff. I get rid of all that stuff. So there's a lot to be said.
I think it's true though. It is.
Yeah.
It is, and it's very natural.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not anything that's like addictive.
So in my world, and recovery, and I'm a certified peer recovery coach. The only thing that, and we'll get there. I'm sure I'm all over the place. You'll have to reel me in. You'll have to keep because I have no roots, bro. Yeah. I'm everywhere. But today, right now, I'm a peer recovery coach. I'm the founder of Recovery Raw. Every Thursday night, we have a meeting, and we are off the charts right now.
Hell yes.
Never meant to be that way. I got out of prison. I knew that I needed to focus on my addiction and my recovery, bigger than that. So I didn't like what was out there and what people were saying at these meetings, so I started my own shit, right?
Yep.
Just like we had at the penitentiary.
Yeah.
It's raw, so we call it Recovery Raw. So the only thing I say is to certain individuals, your people, places, and things, right?
Yes. Facts.
So if you smoke, or if you go have a beer or whatever, obviously it lowers your inhibitions a little bit. Don't be around people that are gonna not in this situation, but when I'm talking to a recovering addict that's trying to hold on to his life, I make sure, if you're gonna sit around a bonfire with your old lady and have a beer or whatever, and you're recovering from heroin addiction, do it. Whatever, man. That's the thing. I was going to these places that was like, stay away from the dude that's you used to kick it with that has heroin while you're having a beer. A lot of people hate my way, man, my ideology, and they just. But to me,
makes sense.
I'm like, damn, man. If a dude can smoke a joint and not bang heroin in his veins,
I'm all for it. Right?
Do you, man? Yeah. That's what that's the biggest thing. That's what I try to promote to people, though, man, and push is like, just know your environment, man. If you're struggling and have a past or whatever, that's
see,
what I
my
tell
biggest thing, I think, I see two different sides of it, right? Because I don't, I'm not addicted.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is the poisons, right? So I'm healthy. So I look at drugs just as bad as McDonald's, right? In my mind,
Absolutely.
Because
Two
I'm thinking to
addictions
myself,
right there.
oh, dude, it with his Mountain Dews. I'm like, dude, calm down.
Hey, I've cut
That
him
shit's
out.
gonna catch up to you.
Yes,
cut him
I
down.
know, right? And like that's just as bad as if like he was doing some actual drugs. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the poison itself, right?
Yeah.
Cannabis is healthy.
Yeah.
There's nothing like
Natural.
yeah, it's natural.
That shit make you
You're not
lazy.
gonna start losing weight. You're not gonna start fucking losing sleep.
Yeah,
you can't get no
Nah, you gonna get
appetite.
lazy
Yeah.
as hell.
You might
Nobody
be
ever
lazy.
hit the street corner for a dime bag.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's what my biggest thing is I mean, I'm gonna treat it just as bad as fast food and bullshit food.
No
you know?
doubt.
I mean, I don't want you smoking cigarettes just as much as I don't want you doing meth and drinking Red Bulls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I prefer real cooked food. I mean, if we're gonna have fast food, we all fuck up sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Right. Yeah.
But-
the convenience aspect, they've got.
They've cornered the market.
that's
Like
what-
I have
yeah.
friends that do not cook. Like do not.
Right.
Like
Never
They
hit the
DoorDash
outside
everything.
walls of the grocery store.
fuck no,
yeah,
dude.
You gotta hit them
No.
outside walls.
And then I'm like, hey, bro, you want to come over and cook? And you're over here slamming noodles on the ground like.
Yeah, breaking
Bro, we're
soups.
adults. We are adults in here.
Yeah. You knew what time it was when you heard a noodle
You know, the
pop.
second I seen him up in the air,
Yep. Oh,
I was
you've
like,
been
oh,
there.
no, leave.
Yep.
Yeah, you can ride out. Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
That's just too funny, though.
Yeah.
But it's true, though. I that's my biggest issue with it. Because I think that I never judge anybody who sins differently than
Sure.
me. But it's the healthy. I can imagine.
I like that. You never judge anybody that what?
Sins differently than me.
Yep.
I mean, I can't.
Yeah.
You're fucking
I
right.
just wanted to hear what
You know
you
what I'm
said.
saying?
It.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. But that's the biggest thing. So mine is the health issue, right?
Yep.
Meth deteriorates you when you go to a
Mentally
clinic
and
for
physically.
health. Yes.
No
mentally
shit.
and physically.
Mentally and physically.
Yeah, it deteriorates you. Like if it'd be one thing if you went and did meth all weekend and then came back and you're like, bro, that shit was wild, and you're the same person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what kills me with shit. Is it can fucking what is that, crocodile? Have you seen that shit?
Oh, make your arms and legs
Oh my
fall
God,
off.
dude, yes, they shoot. They're like, it eats your.
You see the bones
it
through that
eats your
shit?
flesh, right? And it's stronger than heroin. It's called crocodile. I seen this shit sitting in a fucking cell. Like, holy shit, it was on fucking A&E or History or some shit.
Wow.
I was like, wow, dude. Yeah, people, and you do it once and you cannot stop. You cannot stop. Like, it is that addictive.
Keep chasing
That's
it.
crazy.
So this was my thought, right? And I say this to people when it comes to mostly cigarettes as well, because when I find myself getting addicted
Most
to something,
addictive substance, they say. It's not-
very much so, and that's
tobacco.
Still
why-
waiting on my sponsorship.
Yes,
Most
that's the reason why I
addictive
immediately
Yep.
went to cigarettes on this.
Yep.
So when you're thinking to yourself, hey, any substance, right? And it can be coffee, it can be sugars, it can
Anything.
be fucking eating honey buns every morning. It doesn't matter
Anything
what it
outside of
is,
moderation.
and anything that is deteriorating your body as well. If you are continuously using it, right? How do you stop yourself having that addiction? What do you say to yourself first?
So, what I say is you've got the 5 stages, right? So the pre-contemplation stage is where you're at right now, right? What do you
Yep.
say? So what do you
What do you
say?
say?
I realize there's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
I realize there's a problem. In some way, this is negative for me, mentally, physically, and the people around me.
Yes.
So at that point, you like
Voiced for
I've
a
heard you say
change.
before. You got to now finally for the first time you got a fork in the road. What do
Yep.
you do? So yeah, at that point.
But what if you don't know what to do?
Yeah, well, and that's why
You
guys
never
like
had that.
us.
Maybe you don't
We're
even know
trying-
that it's bad yet.
Sure, a lot of times people are in addiction for years,
Mm-hmm.
months, and years before they even know they're an addict.
Yeah.
Or that there's a problem, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or a functioning
I've got a hold of
addict,
this.
because then that's fine.
Right, a functioning
Right, a
addict.
functioning addict.
Functioning alcoholic.
Yeah.
Right. You're there, but
Yeah.
you're not really
Well, you're
there.
still poisoning.
Yeah.
That's
No,
where the
yeah, yeah.
health
I'll
issue
argue
comes in.
a functioning alcoholic or functioning addict all the time because I went to every soccer game, but were you there? Were you there?
But
Were you really there? Like,
Do you remember?
your mind was somewhere else. You were ready for 5 p.m. if that was your thing, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, man, that's a good point. That very first time it hit you, like what
and what I'm
there's an
doing
issue,
bad.
what do I need to do next? How do
Yeah.
I negate this?
Right.
That's where
Do people, places, and things come into play?
absolutely.
Yeah.
That is the most. Once I turned my November 25th, 2012 is my sobriety date. Haven't taken opiates since that day. So once I, still in the penitentiary, right?
Yep.
I knew, I was from Indianapolis, born and raised in Indianapolis, Indiana. Knew that I had to figure out a different path, different life, different people, places, and things, right? So I'm like, man, how do you? So I started making plans.
Yeah.
Get out, new job. Luckily, I had over a decade to be gone. A lot of people forgot about me before I was even through processing.
Yeah.
Bookend, you know. Oh, that's my brother, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Guy, that's my brother.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah, fine.
But yeah, man, and you know, here's the big thing I see too. Now that I moved out of Indianapolis, I'm half hour west of Indy. I live in a small town, family. We got a little bit of land, so you know, a little American dream in my eyes. But these people from a small town that are trying to recover and stay in recovery, and I don't. It's such a challenge because everywhere you go, you pass, 15 people 20 people so I'm always like trying to fight that with them. Like, you just have to be ready to hurt people's feelings, man. That's all there is to it.
That's true.
You just got to be ready to hurt people's feelings.
Well, if they don't have the same goals as you, there's no problem with going in a different direction.
Yep, and man, that's made a lot of people. I'm sure you've experienced this when you came home, started, like you say, becoming an adult, right?
Yeah.
Doing the family thing, whatever. People get mad at you for growing.
Oh, yes.
And at first, I didn't know how to deal with that, man. I was like, man, you're mad that I just bought a house, or you're mad that I just did, like.
I'm not hanging out doing the same old shit.
You're right. Like, oh, he's about money. No, I'm about growing up, man.
Yeah, I'm an adult now. Like, I got kids and shit. Like,
right. Like, that I got to worry about. And if this were you, I would be proud of you. Like, I would hold you up. But I saw a post one day that was, like, you grew, they haven't grown, whatever. Don't. That's. So anyway, that hit home when I saw that. But if you think about it that way, those are. You just grew, man.
Well, I think that everybody's in your life at certain times for certain seasons. I think that you need certain people to show you certain things at certain times in life. Like, you don't need everybody every time. You don't need everybody all the time.
Right.
I think that each person is going to do good for you in certain ways at certain times.
Benefit you or teach you in one way or another.
It's like that ex, your first love. She's got to break your heart and fucking throw you down. If you didn't have
definitely
that,
learn something from that.
You know what I'm saying?
You definitely learn
something. You can't hate somebody without loving them.
Yeah.
Right. So until you figure out exactly where you want to be, you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna hit a whole bunch of. You're gonna meet a whole bunch of people that you think are cool.
Yeah.
That are your friends at this time. Or with the friends that you're at this time, because at that time I was loving NBA Jam and I was beating everybody's ass, but the second I moved over to football, I had a whole different group.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just being cultured. That's just being able to move around and adapt, and that's just growing the fuck up.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think that
that's what a lot of us struggle with, though. When you are growing up and you do adapt, the ones that you cared about and were tight with, they don't always come with you.
Well, you have to have hardships.
Right.
You have to have some
adversity.
You have to.
Yeah.
If you don't get fucking thrown on the ground,
that's right.
While everybody's still walking, you got to get back up and continue walking. You're in a different time frame.
Yep.
You're in a different time zone. You know what I'm saying? We ain't on the same path anymore.
Yep.
There ain't, like a lot of my friends that I still love and I hold dear. That we can't talk because what do we say? Well, I didn't get the chance to get out and go to college and then. Prison was in my fucking future. War was in my future. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Afghanistan and shit, and then the yard. So, no, I didn't get to get married and do the picket fence and have that job.
Right. We had to go through some hard times.
So I'm in a different time frame.
It makes you appreciate it so much more, man.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things I say to people when I see something small affecting their life, a flat tire, something like that. People in my group usually is what I'm referring to, by the way. Man, on Christmas Day, we used to sit in that cell and eat bologna and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because all the staff was at home. We had a holiday meal 2 or 3 days prior.
Yeah. Yeah, and
but
we
on Christmas Day, we were locked down because
you get the phone call.
No, staff called in.
You do not get to because they ain't got no fucking staff.
Right. How can I be mad about a flat tire? And you got sometimes complacency is a motherfucker, man. Complacency is my worst enemy.
Well, complacency is the number one killer on the battlefield.
That's right. That's right. All around. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
See it. Yeah.
But continue.
Too
You
comfortable.
complacency.
Yeah. So when I'm fighting complacency, or somebody that reaches out to me or I'm having such a bad day, first thing I say is why? Tell me why. And well, my alarm didn't go off, and I'm like, you lay into it with them. Even in my own life, if I start feeling down about something, I'm like, man, this would still be my best day in there.
Yeah.
Buddy.
My best day in there. I was eating lunch snacks on Christmas Day.
Oh my God.
Now I wake up on Christmas Day.
Ice cold.
Yeah.
Ice cold frozen ones.
Yeah, usually you just throw them in give them to your bunkie or something.
Dude,
pull something out of the box.
I'm over here swallowing up noodles because that's better than that.
Yeah, but the chili beans, man.
Yeah, so we got to remember what you're saying is some of us had to go through hardships. I was one of those dudes, man, that I had to go through that.
Yes.
To be who I am now. And what's important, when I shake your hand and when I shake, the things that mean a lot, wouldn't have meant shit. First thing would have been like, okay, what am I?
All right, cool. How much money are we going to make?
Yeah, what am I going to prosper from? What am I going to profit? What am I?
Yes. That was my biggest.
Are we going to make money together or what? So, yeah, man, I tell people all the time, I absolutely had to go through that.
My biggest thing was family. If I would have sat back and paid attention to my family the way that I do now, I think that my focus would have been different.
Yeah.
Because, the way that we grew up was like money, cars, clothes, hoes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So any way to get those, that's what I'm all about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that is what I grew watching.
Yeah, family, you knew they'd just be there. You're not going anywhere. I know this.
Yes. So now I'm trying to send money back, and I'm trying to
and then they were there, right? That's the hardest part.
Yes.
I know you'll just be there. Then you go down,
and then
they were there. That was it too. Yep.
Yeah, and then I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
So when I touched down, I'm like, I got you.
That's right.
Don't worry about. I got you now.
That's right.
I got you.
Gonna
and as
proud.
A man, you fucking have to.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so you
right.
sit back and you're like, all right, what am I gonna do? But the whole time I was sitting in that cell,
we still have that mentality.
Yeah, hell yeah, we still have that mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm still backed up against the corner, but this time I'm finding different avenues.
That's right.
And you find different ways. And you're like, wait a minute, hold on, I ain't got something else.
Right.
I can do other things.
Yeah.
Oh shit, there's different
with
ways
longevity and
longevity. Yeah. I mean, we had to sit down with the sheriff and the police chief about my business, right? And then shook hands and then got up and left. And I was like, what the fuck was that, dude?
Think about that 10 years ago.
That ain't no fucking way. Ain't happening. Bro. I couldn't have, dude, 6 months ago, I couldn't have told you that was good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's...
Yeah, for real. So I'm like, well, laws are changed, so it's freeing up.
Right.
So, but, you know, you always hear the people like me. Yeah. People like me, you know what I'm saying? People like us, we don't get that. We don't, there's a we can't, we don't, negative.
Yeah.
People like us are fucking negative.
Instead of realizing people like us can actually,
shit, dude.
Fucking go harder than most people.
Wasn't Jay-Z in some ways? Wait a minute, wasn't America something like us? Like, weren't they the outcasts dipped out of England? Like,
and come over here and terrorized and killed everything.
Yeah, they were over here murdering shit.
Yep.
Like,
pillaging.
Yep.
So, I believe that if the next person breathing can do something, I think that us breathing can do something.
Yep.
And I heard this the other day, and this guy said, if I gave you $1 million, right now, just hands you cash, $1 million, for the rest of the day, there ain't nothing that can bring you down, huh? Ain't nothing to tell you shit for the rest of the day, huh?
Yeah.
Not a fucking thing can tell you nothing. Someone hand you $1 million right now, right? Alright?
I agree.
So, what about $10 million? So if I was to hand you $10 million, right? Ain't nobody to tell you shit, huh? Really? But what if the term was you don't get to wake up tomorrow if I give you 10?
Flip the script.
Right?
I'm good, dog. I don't want that shit.
So then why don't you live like
I'm waking up.
Well, then why don't you live like it?
Yeah.
Why don't you live like
That's
your
true.
life waking up tomorrow is worth more than $10 million?
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
I
Right?
handed you something right there.
I just handed you that.
Yep.
Right? So, in my mind, live that shit.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
today
bro.
is worth more than $10 million to me. Because tomorrow is going to be worth 20. Right? And if I could just add a few more pennies to my daughter's and my son's bank accounts,
Man.
then that's cool because I want their day to
Yeah.
be worth that $20 million when they do get that chance to be there on that day.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I saw something today that said I didn't grow up rich, but my kids will.
Yep.
And that can mean so many things, you know.
hell yeah.
I
Meaning
can-
when I'm 80, if I still ain't hit it, I'm going to hit a bank.
That's what I got from it. That's exactly what I saw. Yeah.
Robbery.
Yeah, and I'm sure by the time we're 80, the technology will be nothing. So.
Oh yeah, you'll like shoot somebody and
Yeah,
they're like, me trying to rob me for my crypto.
Yeah. They'll just activate your brain.
Dude, yeah, that's exactly. Oh, that was so shitty. Dude, have you seen the Robin Williams movie where they when you're born, they put the chip into your head, and then he was an editor, right? So when you died, they can make a video of your life, and it would be through your eyes because you get to see everything. They put a chip in your head when you're born, and it records your entire life through your eyes.
Ooh, I need him not to do that to me.
Well, here's the thing. Robert Williams was fucked up because he was having to do these politicians who were molesting kids and doing fucked up shit, and the wives were coming in and you're gonna see some shit on his that we need you to leave out. Yeah. And he has to go through that shit and edit it out and shit, and the stuff that he was seeing, and and in my mind was crazy is after the movie came out, then he goes and commits suicide. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't realize that movie was there in that time.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, fuck yeah, right there.
It was released, obviously.
It was within those few years. You know what I'm saying? Which in retrospect is a minute time frame. I don't remember what it's called, but for the thought process to have something of that nature, right? I mean, we have other things. I mean, Elon Musk says that we live in a fucking simulation, right? But look, see, you don't smoke weed. If I gave you some really good kush,
and then I started thinking about
I can be like, now think of it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh my god,
bro, you were right.
You're right. I mean, you ever thought about being in a simulation? Have you ever thought about being in a simulation on weed?
Yeah, right.
Thinking about a simulation.
Last time we mentioned Elon Musk. Last time, right? Last time we mentioned it on the podcast, all the lights fell.
Whoa.
Remember that? Were you here? I don't think he was here. He wasn't.
Oh, when the lights fell.
Remember that? I said something about Elon Musk. I was like, I'm not gonna fuck with Elon Musk because he'll fucking do something crazy, and then all the lights fell. Bro. And I was like, yo!
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't even need to smoke for that.
Dude, that's real shit. I was like, dude, wow, okay, that's fucking real. Yeah. So, do you believe in ghosts?
Man, crazy answer. It depends on the day, bro. But, there's times, man, my spirituality, I don't really believe in it. And then there's times, I got a buddy that goes ghost hunting. He just came back from Brushy Mountain, back up to Indiana, and was showing me shit. And he's like, bro, I'd say certain things, look at these orbs, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, it makes sense. Yeah. Ish. Yeah.
I firmly believe in it.
Okay.
I've had, full-blown experiences.
Have you? See, that's the thing. I have not ever had an experience in any way, shape, or form.
See, now they say that if you have an experience with ghosts, it's PTSD. You have severe head trauma. Huh. Yeah, that's when I was doing it through the VA and shit, they were breaking it down. They're like, do you? And I'm like, well, listen, lady, I might be fucked up, but I promise you, you can go ask my entire family. Right. They were all real. There. This shit is real as fuck. Yeah.
I don't discredit.
I can't say 6 people saw and felt the entire fucking thing. Yeah. Multiple times. You know what I'm saying? And that just doesn't happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? I've had every single cupboard fly open and all the lights come on.
Oh yeah, see that shit would make me
the TV turn on, right? Just out of nowhere. Look, I've had the fucking wind fly through my house. All the dogs jump up and start barking. The fucking back door opened up, right?
And all that energy comes from PTSD?
That's the fuck I said.
Right,
right? And I'm like, you think that I just thought that?
Yeah.
The fucking, my girlfriend right here, now she's my wife, but she was there. The dog, we woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? My fucking door was open. The back door was open, right? I got cameras. So nothing was caught on the cameras either. The fucking just doors open, right? All the cupboards open. Look, I got chills. I'm dead ass serious, right?
No.
So all the lights come on in the house, and my... Lola, the big ass pit, was standing on top of my wife, growling at the fucking door.
They see that shit.
And they were like, so I got my fucking 45, this is before the films, and I fucking got my 45, and I fucking come out, well, who the fuck is there? Right? But first, I yell at Ariana and love you, right? Because I'm like, are you guys in there? Because I'm thinking maybe got right. The TV's on, everything, right? Ain't no fucking way. I walk in their rooms, and they're both knocked clean out, right? And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I go and shut off everything, right? And then, boom, it all opens back up and turns on. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Right?
Bro, some shit like that happened to me, I would 120% be a believer. Yes.
I'm dead ass serious. A week later, I'm fucking walking out front, and I've been getting fucked with by the police, right? And this is a funny ass story on why I got fucked with the police. Right? I did not know this. But yeah, it was over a fucking stolen bike, but it was funny as shit how it happened, right? So I've been getting harassed by the police. Well, I see a fucking van parked in front of my house. So I walk out there, and every time the police come up, I walk out there and I'm like, dude, what? Fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Holy shit, I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm like fresh off, you know, and this and that. Well, this fucking van is sitting here, and I walk up there and there's 4 dudes in there and they're fucking ghost hunting. And they're like, hey, you're in a fucking murder house, dude, and we want to fucking check your house. And I'm like,
wow.
I fucking knew it, man. And I was like, dude,
come on in.
No, we dead ass named the ghost Gary. Like, when I got out of prison, my kids were living there with my mom's house. I came back from dropping them off, and all the fucking doors were open. But the doors were open in the house, not coming in. Like, the back door and the garage door and the front door was dead bolted locked. But the inside doors were all open, right? And I was like, what the fuck? I closed all these. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact that I always shut them. And I'm weird about lights and doors. My mom would beat the fuck out of me.
OCD,
You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to get hit anymore.
Right. No, I'm with it, bro. Them clothes hangers.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's why them drawers and shit was coming over.
I'm telling you, right? It was the ghost of that switch.
That electricity bill goes.
Yeah, but look, I fucking go and I get the kids, man. I'm driving and I make a joke. I'm like, man, it's like we got a ghost in the house. No, the TV came on too. And I was like, it's like we got a ghost in the house because it happened 2 days in a row.
Poltergeist.
The first time I just like, what the hell? And then the second time I'm like, dude, negative. That's a real thing. So I'm telling the kids as I'm driving back from picking them up from school, and Ariana goes, oh, that's Gary. And I'm like, what? She's like, yes, Gary.
Ghost.
And Logan in the back's like, yeah, we have a ghost. His name's Gary. He's super cool. I'm like, what? Like, legitimately. And mind you, you know my kids, right? My kids will pull pranks on you and fuck with you till it's over with.
They were being
and they were being serious, right?
This is funny.
I'm so serious. Check this out. So, multiple events with this ghost. I'm so serious. So, this happened, all this shit happened, right? Well, Alex comes down, my wife, you know, she's hanging out, and she goes back up, takes a bunch of stuff with her, right? It's been calm and chill in her house. So she's up here in East Tennessee, up in Johnson City, and I'm down in Panama City still, and because this is the beach house in Florida. This is where I was living. So I'm on FaceTime with her, and I'm so serious that we have the pictures still, right? So serious about this. So I'm on FaceTime with her, right? And I got her this big ass teddy bear, right? This fucking teddy bear moves into the fucking screen and stares on FaceTime over her back.
I'd have got the hell up out of there.
And then I fucking was like, baby.
See why he believes in him.
Dude,
though.
I'm so serious.
Yeah, no shit.
Right? And I'm like, baby, what the fuck? And she freaked out, grabbed it, threw it in the closet, right? We're sitting there on fucking FaceTime, and we turn around, and she turns around like this, right? And then boom, it's sitting in the fucking chair, back in the room. I was like, I'm done. Look at this shit, dude. I'm so serious.
Yeah.
I'm dead ass serious.
He's got
this shit happened.
goosebumps.
I was like, bro, that shit blew my mind. I was like, you can't not.
Look, if I had some shit like that go down, oh yeah, I'd be all over it, bro. But
even if
Paranormal,
it's the acid that I took as a kid.
Hey,
I don't care.
Paranormal Activity on the Travel Channel, bro. Turn your story in with the footage.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Hey, you too with that UFO.
Yeah, like, dude, I legit like screenshot it.
Yep.
Because it fucked me up. Dude, Alex, I thought she was just like really anemic. Because she'd wake up and have bruises. Like bruises. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Gary?
Huh? From
Gary?
fucking Gary.
Fucking
Nobody
Gary.
else in the house got bruises.
Yeah.
Bro,
But
how the
yeah,
hell you kill Gary though,
Bro,
man?
On everything?
In a murder house.
Yeah, in them.
Right, but on everything, we have a fucking
blood.
ghost dog at this house. Super serious. Because we hear the fucking, like Stormy running across the fucking hardwood floors. Yeah. And then I'll go poke my head around and she's been knocked up. And I'm like, you heard that, right? I ain't just tripping. Right? And like, I've been sitting there and I hear it.
There's a reason why we called you here today. This is an intervention.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
All right, I was super serious. Right, but you manifest everything.
Right.
We live in our own
We
universe.
absolutely
We live in our own
manifest
world.
it.
Whatever you want to be truth is going to be truth,
Yeah.
right? Whatever you want to happen is going to fucking happen.
Right.
Whatever
that's where your
you want
energy's
to
being
be.
focused
Yes.
to, bro. It's gonna come.
It's
to
gonna
pass.
happen.
Yep,
Yes,
for
you
sure.
will be the best at the best
For
if
sure.
you want to be the best.
Yep.
Whatever you dedicate and put in your mind is going to happen. It's gonna happen.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you think negative so bad about something, it's going to end in
It's
a
gonna,
negative fucking
man,
manner.
pessimism. And,
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Hey, and that shit rubs off on other people.
It
man.
does.
Man,
Yeah,
if they
yes.
stay around you and in your circle,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yep.
That was like a thing we had to like promote on here.
Yeah.
We had to be like, listen, if you can't have negativity.
No
Right.
negativity.
No, that's not where I'm trying to go.
Why would we
That's
have to
right.
tell people that?
Well,
Right.
man, listen. So that you know the Me Too people, right? You know
Yep.
the morning you wake up, you're like, wow, man, I got a headache. Man, I got 3 headaches. You know, they're always
yeah.
got the.
Oh,
I can't-
dude.
I'll tease people about. I tease my wife all the time. Did you
one
sleep
upper.
good last night? And she's like, I didn't get much. Which right now I can't say, babe. Hey, edit this out. No, right. I can't. She's 7 months pregnant
Yeah.
right now. So, but yeah, you.
She'll probably kill you.
I don't know if my wife's ever had a good night's sleep or a good nap.
I'm telling
How'd
you.
you sleep today? I
Oh
didn't
my
even go to
God.
sleep.
Yeah, you know, like,
Mine can sleep
I walked
20
in
hours.
5 times and you were
Mouth open,
drooling.
snoring.
You know what I'm saying?
Mine can
Yeah.
sleep 20 hours and
love
say
it.
she didn't sleep good.
So you know
Maybe
what I do
it's a-
now?
maybe it's
you
a-
got to reverse that. So you walk in and you don't ask that no more.
Yeah.
You say, "Damn, you slept good
There
as
you go,
hell last
man.
night."
Yeah, buddy.
Right, you put that
Yeah.
in their mind, that positivity.
Yeah.
It's about, you don't ask somebody for a negative.
Right,
You
right.
give them a positive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck that. You
Damn,
slept
you were
good
sleeping
as
good.
shit.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could
Hey,
sleep
I
like
like
you,
it,
right?
man.
That's that
And then she
fire,
thinks in
man,
her
that
mind,
fire.
Damn,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
did, maybe I did get some sleep.
Yeah.
Every time I looked over at you, you were straight snoring.
Yep. Mouth
Dude,
open.
look at it. Look at that shit. Wet as hell. You were drooling all over my
Yeah,
arm.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Damn,
Yep.
4
No,
hours
that's-
straight.
That's a good
Listen,
optimist.
Number
Yeah.
one, if you could lie to a woman about a measurement, you can lie
projecting.
to a woman
Right,
about a
right.
fucking time frame.
That's
I'm like,
projecting
"Man,
that
you
energy."
slept for
Yep,
3
that's
hours
right.
solid. I always tell that. She slept 30 minutes. I'm like, damn, you good?
Yeah,
You were out for 4 fucking
Should be
hours.
ready to go.
You know what I'm saying? We should be ready to go. I was gonna wake you up fucking 30 minutes ago. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's like, damn, I thought I woke up. No, you woke up, looked at the time, and went back to sleep.
And I'm gonna use it on her. Yeah. Damn, you were sleeping good.
Damn, you were sleeping good. I'm telling you, she can watch the show and wake. I didn't sleep for shit.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ass.
You lied to me the last 4 days.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been timing myself.
Yeah.
No, you go as far as getting one of those watches. You know what I'm saying? The Fitbits.
Yeah,
that
she
shows
got
how
the
long.
Apple Watch, and we need to start utilizing that.
You know what they do? They fucking drop a lighter up under there for fucking knock out for 4 hours and pull it.
Yeah.
No,
20
it's like for
minutes.
3 hours. You see that?
Yep.
They got
shit.
them old penitentiary
Yep.
tricks.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
What I'm saying?
Yep.
Hell no.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, women are a fucking different breed, right?
Bro,
And
someone wrote a blueprint or
Dude.
a draft of what you're supposed to do with one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, it'd be blessed.
See, this is what my mom said. My mom said, look, when you're picking out your chick, right, when you're going through, and you're going to run through a bunch of fucking random, stupid ones, this, that, and the other. Find the one that, number one, takes care of your kids, right? You go and look at how she treats her family, right? Then number two, just pick the fucking one. Because they're all the exact same. They're all fucked up. They're all crazy. They're going to hit you. And then they're gonna call you a cheater and a liar, and you ain't gotta cheat or lie.
Yeah.
But they will, and it's gonna happen. So just pick the one, deal with the crazy. After a few years, it's gonna all fucking work out.
Yeah.
I'm like, and is that the advice? She's
Yeah,
like,
is that what
and
you
don't
know?
fuck anything else. And I'm like, all right, that was great for an 8-year-old. You know, she picked the perfect time to do it. You know.
That way it really sank in.
Yeah, really. Yeah. I
Between
actually,
He-Man
you know,
and Transformers.
I gave my Skittles the next day to only one girl instead of 4.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I usually just hand a few
I
out
found
for
the
you.
mother hen, and I gave her my Skittles. Yep, the one,
get
the
'em.
bossiest.
Dude, that was the thing
Yeah.
though. I'm dead serious. When I was like in 3rd or 4th grade, I fucking would go and hustle candy, right? Why would I not?
Why, yeah, not us.
Yeah, not me. So I fucking was hustling candy at school, but I had a crush on this girl, Rochelle. So I'd give her a free pack, right? And I'm like, you could have a free one, right? And her thing was like the M&M Crispies when they first came out. And
I
I'd be
remember
like,
little
here you
Crispies.
go. And she's like, oh my God. Yeah. And then like I got to hold hands with her one time, and I was like, it was worth all 10 of those bags.
Yeah, that's right.
It was worth
all
it.
Those crispy M&Ms.
Yeah, all of them.
We held hands.
We held hands.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then my girlfriend got mad because I forgot I had
That's right. Forgot I had a girl. She didn't like candy.
She didn't like candy. To this day.
Yeah.
Now she's a stripper, and they nicknamed her King.
That's right.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, that's right.
Hell yeah. Shout out to the single moms and strippers out there. Don't
we
fucking at
we
me.
love you. Yeah.
So look, Recovery Raw.
Yeah.
What do you do? Tell me about it. Like, what is your movement? What is your goal? What's the purpose?
So it originated, like you said, man. You were in a program. When we're in the penitentiary, we see those times. Yeah. Mine was called GRIP, or CLIF, Clean Living is Freedom Forever.
Residential Drug Abuse Program.
Yeah, resident. Yeah. So I'm in the penitentiary, man. I'm up at a level 4 in Miami County in Indiana, and I'm doing this program, and it was kind of a big joke, man, to me and all the guys. We were just trying to get through it, get back out on the yard, get our 6 months, get home, do what we knew, do what we were always doing. Well, part of that program, twofold. Part of that program was you had to write down, if you died today, you had to write your own eulogy, right? This was a 45-minute class, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, you had count, lockdown, all that. I sat there until the first count. Went upstairs. I sat at my little desk, bro. I sat there 9 hours trying to figure out what I would write down for my own eulogy. Just one thing good.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
What, do you just say I'm sorry a bunch of times? I mean, like, how do you start that?
I wrote out. I literally, my paper said the world is now a better place, bro, and that's real. Like that was not. I wasn't trying to gain anything because I wasn't taking the program serious.
Yeah.
So I literally wrote, the world is now a better place, and turned it in. That was it. So that was a turning point right there. So then at the end of it, you had to facilitate like 3 groups, right? So there were 200 men in my cell block. The first night I went down there, it was like the normal 6 dudes, you know, we sat around, chopped it up, but then we got into some conversation. And you know how it is in there, man. There's a lot of diversity and division between cliques and race and whatever.
Yeah.
We all sat around, bro, and we all became one big family that night. That was the crazy thing, man. People were telling stories about their sisters, their moms, their brothers, their childhood. So then the next week, there were 60 or 70 in my little group. And then by the third one I had to facilitate, bro, there were over 100 dudes sitting down in my little group. And I was like, man, I mean, staff came in. They thought shit was popping off.
Damn.
So staff, you know, the goon squad came in.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We were just holding group, man, talking about life and recovery. And I was like, so next thing you know, I was out there and I was with all my guys, man, and somebody roll up and be like, Rip, I need to talk to you, bro. How do I got to do it right this time. Like, I need to get home and stay home. You know, I need to be there for my daughter. She's called someone else dad the other day, whatever. So now it's up to me to tell this man what he needs to do, you know, because he's been to my groups and it was a lot. But how could I go back and do the bullshit I was doing, you know, still getting high in the joint? You know they can still get high in the joint, right?
Yeah,
you guys don't know that, do you? How can I go back and walk out of my cell nodding out after I just gave a dude life advice to secure his freedom?
And then he's gonna look at you. He's gonna see you.
Accountability, bro.
It's accountability. He's gonna see you. You on the block with him. You can't dodge that shit.
That's right. And I realized I wasn't just responsible for my life anymore. I didn't ask for it. I didn't choose it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't responsible for my life. So in my head, as years go by, whatever, man, I did obviously finish the program. I hung out for a little bit and helped them out, and then become a seasonal. It was time to go.
Yep.
So, but I never let go of what I learned, man, what was instilled. So I got home and I went to a couple groups, and like I said, they were saying, yeah, you 100% never ever do anything, can't touch anything again, nothing. And I'm like, damn, so if I'm sitting at a bonfire with my pops, I can't have a beer, or if a recovering alcoholic breaks his back, he can't take some pain pills. Mm-hmm. Now, I've had surgeries since I've been clean, and I cannot take pain pills. You know, the doctor was my dope man.
Yeah.
So, I didn't. I'm all for all those other groups, man, but I was like, I want a group where people just do their recovery. You know, we come in, we hold each other accountable, we talk about it and make it through another week. I don't want to read out of a book.
Yeah.
Where every every May 27th it says the same thing, you know.
The daily bread.
Yeah. So I started a recovery raw, and I was like, it'll just be a few of us, but I need group.
Yeah.
I was just fresh out, which is a crazy story. I walked out in 2016 of August. I wasn't supposed to be home until August of 21.
Yeah.
So that's a whole different story. But so yeah, I started Recovery Raw. I found a building. I was like, man, I don't have any licenses or degrees. All I have is a certified recovery coach, and we just started
Did you get that inside?
Yeah, got that inside. Yeah, along with my barber's license. So yeah, I just started. I got this building. I started throwing out on social media like, "Hey, Recovery Raw. We can't drag you through recovery, but we can walk next to you." That was my motto.
Yeah. Can't drag you, but we'll walk by you.
We'll walk next to you. So, bro, the very first night there was like 9 people that showed up. I advertised it for about 3 weeks. Yeah. Came on down to God's country in Tennessee. I said after my vacation, you know, July 12th of 2017, we'll have our first Raw, and we did. Like I said, I brought some pizza in, and we do that to this day, man. We have dinner, we have food, we all sit around. Yeah, we sit in a group. We just get through another week, bro. I've had moms come in broken and beaten down, lost their kids, living in the homeless shelter. And to this day, man, I've got 3 of my moms that got every single one of their kids back. Now I have children's program. My little sister Jenna runs the children's program.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
It's just crazy, man. I had a church that wanted to donate, wanted to take us on as like they wanted to sponsor us a little bit, make sure we had a little bit of money. And I was like, man, I don't know how. Yeah, if you want. He's like, well, are you a 501c? And I'm like, no, I'm not nonprofit or anything. So I went and got that done. We just had our first annual benefit dinner, man. Raised almost $20,000.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm talking about
let's go.
All the businesses in town were there. We filled a building with over 400 people.
Hell yeah.
We sold gold sponsorship tables for $500, and we sold out in a day and a half. We had 40 tables sold out in a day.
Oh yeah, I was showing up. Next time you do it, I'm showing up.
Yeah, April 30th.
Yeah.
Yep, dude, yes. Come to it, baby. You got a table.
Wait, April 30th.
It's yeah. Let me make sure.
Oh, April 30th. That's a whole year.
Yeah, we just passed it. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking next week we're gonna go see Paul McCartney next week.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah,
man.
On the 30th.
Let me make sure that's right. Yep, Sunday, April 30th. That's Recovery Raw's second annual benefit dinner. Man, my guys came in. From Wally's barbecue trailer, you know, they came in and catered the whole thing, and we had judges, we had businesses, we had, you know, it's election time.
Yes,
I love to do
all
that.
3 of the sheriff's candidates were there. Yeah,
yes.
But just like you were saying earlier, man, I felt that shit because I know what you felt sitting down with the sheriff and the police chief.
Yeah, dude,
because
it's surreal.
It blows your mind because I had a silent auction.
Yeah.
One of the things in my silent auction was a ride to school, and was breakfast and a ride to school with the chief of police.
Yeah.
And he came, I called him, I'm like, hey, Chief Sutherland, what do you think about this? He's like, I'd be glad to. So a mom wrote, it was for one kid. He took all 3 of the kids to breakfast last Friday. I was like, hey, we want to pay you for the breakfast. We want to cover. Nope, just sit down and, you know, I got it. We'll take care of it. So, yeah, it's blown way up, man.
That's crazy.
It just keeps getting
my biggest thing is like, I have the same enemies. You know what I'm saying? And I've always looked at it as I want to coexist because I've been hated. Just look at us.
Yeah. Well, we've always been the dudes that, when we were in the neighborhood, people shut the doors, you know. Now it's nice to come along and people open arms.
Yeah, and I love it. Yeah, so, I mean, that's where I'm trying to get to next. And when I see cops, I want to throw a peace sign up as opposed to ducking my head and being like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, man, they doing a job, man.
You know what I'm saying? Letting go of the gas. And
they doing a job we all can't be there to do.
Exactly. Yeah. And
like
that's
literally.
one of the biggest things. My wife goes up to the grocery store. If this was lawless and some fucking dude up there was doing some shit while I'm over here trying to make us some money.
Right.
Yeah. Who the fuck's going to be there?
Right.
You know
That's
right.
So
our kids, bro, our kids.
Yeah.
You know, these.
Yeah. But so that gets into a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? I think that it goes to the communities. You know, I think Cashville has been talking about it. He was saying, I think that we need to not necessarily be segregated, but have people of likeness in each area. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in the neighborhood, I'd rather have somebody like yourself.
Right.
big dude tatted up, you know what I'm saying? Been through the fucking ringer.
Yep.
They can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't do it personally, but I would like it if somebody like myself had came out of prison and became a cop. Because they're not going to bust you over no weed or something small. They're going to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give you a different way.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not even trying to shoot you. I ain't trying to do none of that shit. I don't want somebody scared.
Right, let's talk for a minute.
Let's talk for a minute. Let's be fucking...
Yeah, forget this.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I think that takes...
They're doing a lot better at that, though.
They are, but what they need to do is they need to fucking pay them more. It sounds crazy.
No.
But they need to pay them more because they need to get training more.
Yeah.
They need to get more and in-depth training because, like, their fucking police academy bullshit. Come on now.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but I can tell that it's not that fucking great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The system's got a lot of flaws to it. It's not bullshit.
But then they're held to this complete, like, robotic standard when all they want to do is go home to their daughters and kids at night, too.
Exactly.
Crazy. 5 years ago, none of us would have been sitting here talking this. But I'm telling you guys, man, it's facts. They're just trying to.
But I want to coexist, man.
That's
I want to build my kids a better life.
Yep.
I don't want my kids to have the thought of getting shot by the fucking police.
Right.
Because they want to they got to get gone because they don't want to get shot by them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that was like one of those things. Where why did you take off when I was pulling you over? Why are you so nervous? Because motherfucker, you got a gun.
Right.
And you can take my life away. You know what I'm saying? You can do anything you want. Like, you know how many people get drugs planted in their cars? That shit's reality. You know what I'm saying? People do that. People lie. And that court system is not correct.
Shitballs get into every organization, bro. Every
organization,
a shitball slides in there.
I'm telling you.
And then when he shitballs, it represents the entire...
Exactly. And that is the exact way it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we just need to get better as a society.
Yep.
We just need to be better fucking men. Better.
That's right.
So I love what you're doing with the recovery.
Man,
I love that. Like, I love the fact that you're like, no, dude, grab a beer and sit down and talk with me. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do the extremities. You don't have to do all the craziness.
That's right.
You know,
live your life on your terms. You know what you need to do to get where you want to go.
Yep.
Let me help you do it. Let's do it together. You're going to help me too. You know, that's the big thing.
No facts.
I tell people all the time, man, when I'm in my group, at the end of the group, I always tell them, reach out. If you're feeling like shit this week, or you're triggered, or whatever the case is, reach out. And if you don't, it's one of two reasons. It's because you didn't want to be talked out of what the fuck you were about to do.
Yep.
Or because you truly think you don't want to bother somebody. Yep. But honestly, every time someone reaches out to me because they're having a tough time, it helps me just as much as it helps them.
Yeah.
And I try to remind them that it's the whole reason I'm doing what I'm doing, you know, because shit, I started it being cynical. It helped me out. You know, it kept me accountable, held me accountable. So
that was my favorite thing about the different, but in the cannabis game. The reason why I started doing the classes is because I wanted to learn it that much in depth. Yeah. And I'm like, I know that if I am pressured to teach you something, I'm held accountable for knowing this. Yep. So I'm fucking up and I'm studying, I'm going through it, and I'm fucking cracking it down. And then after time, I'm like, oh my God, now I got like the back of my hand. Now when somebody calls me, I'm like super excited about answering the question.
Right, that's right.
You know, but in the same sense, you know, to me before, when somebody would call me and say, hey, they're going through something like that or going through something like this, I'm like, dude, fucking drink water. What the fuck's wrong?
Right, drink your water.
You know what I'm saying? Drink your water.
Eat your greens.
Did you do your fucking push-ups?
Yeah, right.
You know, get up, let's roll.
That's right. We didn't get any deeper than that.
Exactly. And then now it's like, all right, well, look, grapple me. What's going on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, what can we do to rectify and better the situation?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And
well,
is it really as bad as you're perceiving it? Like,
exactly.
Let's make sure.
Yeah. So, you know, you get the different avenues, you get the different angles. And all it takes is 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
And coming from guys like us that have been in that same hole.
Exactly.
That's the thing, man. That's the big thing. I tell people all the time, and I tell all my guys that I communicate with from a distance. I'm like, I remember being in there, man, and I remember just longing for someone that was there with me that got out and stayed out and did good, could send me pictures of a job and a home and a secure family atmosphere, and I never found it. Yeah. I mean, not anybody that I was messing with, I never found it, man. So it's so good once you get out here and you start networking, and I love the way you network, man. You guys, and all the cats that are coming on here have been in that hole. They've been doing, you know, and now they're out there showing that life and securing freedom and family.
Man,
that's the thing, man.
I'm just a passenger in the car. I'm just right.
But you have to, man. If you don't show, right? I think I was talking about this on the last podcast. People want to see the motherfuckers show.
That's right.
So like if you stand outside with your car broke down on the side of the road and you're like trying to flag people down, then you know we're gonna stop. But if you start pushing that motherfucker,
somebody's not letting you
15 people are gonna start jumping out. They're gonna all start pushing with you. They want to see some progress. They want to see you start doing something. So when I step my foot out and I said, "This is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna be. This is who I'm gonna be. And this is what I'm gonna do for my family.
No matter what.
No matter fucking what. This is how I'm gonna be it." And a lot of that, dude, it's hard to fucking change that. It's hard to channel that in and say, "Fuck it. Quit being a pussy. Man the fuck up and let's go."
Yep.
Right.
Even when shit gets hard and blocks your plane.
No, that's when it's
Keep
the most
barreling down.
important. That's when it's the most important.
That's right.
Because that's the only time that. What did Jelly say? In order for something to change, the pain that it takes to change has to outweigh the pain that it takes to stay the same.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you want to change something, the pain that it takes has to outweigh to change. So I mean, yeah, it's gonna suck, right?
Right.
They say it's like 40 days to become a habit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
You have to do that shit. You have to get up. You know what I'm saying? You're not just gonna get them thoughts overnight. You're not gonna get that consistency overnight, that discipline overnight. They say the master and a rookie, the only difference is discipline.
Yeah.
You know, is because now I've sat down and I've focused.
Yep.
You know.
That's a quote I'll put on the little gym selfies, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't post them, it didn't happen.
Yay, that's right.
The pain of discipline is better than the pain of regret. I love that. Like I've
like
used that for 12 years now. The pain of discipline is better than you're going to live with the pain. Is going to be discipline or regret every day, and no matter what the situation is.
And always remember, it doesn't hurt after the pain goes away.
That's right. When the pain goes away, it don't hurt no more.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Listen, dude, my fucking NCO, man. Hey, shout out Sergeant Jones.
Sarge, shout out Sarge.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
That dude would be smoking the fuck out of me, right? And he's like, "It don't last forever. You're almost done." I'm like, "You're the one doing this to
right.
me.
It could be done now.
It can be done now. Like anytime you can stop
Yeah.
this." And he's like, "No, I can't. You have to stop it." And I'm like, "You're the one telling me to do this shit."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it was just funny.
You're in
That's,
charge.
you know, hell
You
yeah.
knew what you needed, right?
But you know, that's how I discipline my children now.
Yeah.
You know, I used to whoop that ass and do the whole, but nowadays, I just smoke them. I make them do push-ups and physical chairs and stuff. Because these are your decisions, so it's
Right.
only going to affect you.
That's right.
So you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah.
By the decisions that you make, you hurt yourself. So hurt yourself. Right? It ain't hurt me. I'm just standing right here. I still got a beer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
just
kicking
watch
it.
you go through it.
Yeah, you can stop anytime. You gonna quit being an idiot? I'm not, but apparently you are. Just stay there.
Yeah, that's good.
You
That's
know?
good. As mine get
Yeah.
older, my little girl loves to work out though, so I don't know. I gotta be careful with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but communication, man. I'll make my little girl stand in the corner, bro. I'll put her in the corner. Like I said, she's 3, right? But I'll make her go stand there, and now she knows because I used to tell her, when you're ready to talk about it, let me know.
Yep.
So now she'll stand there. She's on to me. She'll stand there for about 3 seconds and say, "I'm ready to talk about it." I'm like, no, you ain't
No,
ready
not
yet.
yet.
But then we always do sit there and talk.
Yeah.
About it. We talk
Well, you're
through
supposed
it. We
to.
talk, because Mom used to just pull that hanger out.
Man, I'm telling
There
you.
wasn't no rapping, no talking.
See, that's what I think. That's where my wife came into play big into my
I've
life.
changed that.
Yeah, because
That
my
whole-
parents, like, you talk to my mom, you talk to my dad, you talk to my stepdad. We're tough. You gotta be tough because this world's fucked up. You have to be
Yeah,
tough.
man.
Don't
Yeah.
show no emotions. Don't do none of that
Right.
shit. So like for a long time, I raised my kids the same way. Right? They'd be like, "Yeah, who the fuck drink water, dude? What are you crying about? Drink water.
Drink your water.
Did you drink your water? You know what I'm saying?
gotta
Like,
drink your water. Yeah.
drink your water.
Yep.
You know? Look at a black eye. How much water did you drink?
That's
You got a
right.
Black
Yeah.
eye. You know?
Hey, you keep drinking it, it'll go away.
That's
So
right.
so that was always my biggest thing, right? So I thought I was having a heart attack one day, right? This is like 2017, right? Well, what really happened is I stayed up drinking all fucking night, and
yeah,
I went to
drink
work
your
the
water.
next day after like an hour of work, and I fucking drank 2 Monster Energy drinks, and it gave me a panic attack.
Oh yeah.
Well, I thought I was having a heart attack because I never had a panic attack in my life. I don't have feelings. Until the military, I've never been to church. You know, like, we didn't do that. I'm from Sacramento, California. It just
Robot
wasn't a
through
fucking
it.
thing. Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Get the fuck up. Drink water. Let's go. So that was always a thing. So, like, I didn't know what was going on. I'm looking at my son, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, dude. Like, I left work. I came back to the house, and I'm like, dude, the fuck? I don't know if you've ever had, like, a full-blown panic attack. They trip you out.
I've had the
Like,
Monster Energy heart rate, but
no,
not
like I had
like
a full blown like panic
Yeah.
attack, but I never had one in my life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
And
you
like
were right.
I was full blown. I was like, dude, I just did 5, so like just getting out. I was thinking maybe it's energy drinks and everything else. And I'm like, I was sitting there telling Logan, I'm like, dude, I've been to war, and if I fucking die over a monster, I'm gonna be pissed.
Could you imagine,
you know what I'm
dude?
saying? Like, oh
all
my
that.
God, I went through all
moment.
this to die over an energy drink. Like, thanks God. Like, that's a good joke. I see
irony.
you. Oh yeah, I see you, bro.
That's funny.
I've fucking been drinking whiskey by the gallon.
Yeah.
Drink half a Red Bull and I die.
Yeah.
No, but that was the biggest thing. And then when I went and did my second bid, I got out and I was going through some anxiety because I was around people. You know what I'm saying? The most I was being myself. And then, I'd be moving around the block, but at the same time, it was always different people. Every time there was a crowd, it meant something. Something was going on.
Something
There was a
was
crowd.
popping off.
Something was going on.
Yep,
if you see
right.
5 or 6 people, you're like, hey, hold up. Strapped up, like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So when I got out, I went to a dinner, and it was all family and stuff, but I was getting really weirded the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Because there was like 6 people, and it was just 7 people. I'm like,
it's hard to keep your eyes on everybody.
yeah, and
know what's going on in the middle too.
And then on top of that, I'm so used to 9 o'clock lockdown. It hit 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Did you check your watch for the longest time
Dude, for
when
the
you got out?
longest
Like,
time, dude. Oh my God.
kept waiting on that sound to come.
I'm still on it.
Yeah.
I'm still on it.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what
luckily,
saying?
man. I'm past.
But you know what? I like being programmed like that because I need to be in the house. There's nothing outside after 10.
No, it taught you a lot, man. I used to
Yes.
hate, man, I'm grown, blah, blah, blah. I went through all those phases.
Yeah. And
Bro,
then
you
at
got
9
this
o'clock,
little sloppy bitch telling me what to go do, you know?
man,
and
you
now-
feel big. Hey, listen, I was
And now-
9:07 still on the block.
Yeah.
I waited till the sergeants came in. All right, I'm in.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? All right,
Yeah, as soon as they start.
Yeah, the second I see you at the Sally Port,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm going to
Yeah,
say
I don't
yes.
need no
There's
smoking
always those
myself.
2 19-year-olds that are still out there bucking.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
their
Yeah.
pants all the way down.
Didn't
Hey,
have-
I'm just getting the microwave, you know what I'm saying? It's the
Didn't
type
have
of
no
shit.
dirt in their cell to
Ain't
worry
had
about.
nothing going
Yeah,
on,
I don't
man.
need no
dude,
smoke.
Dude just bummed a cigarette. That was it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he's
Yeah.
got. He's got it on him.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
funny.
Stay out of the peanut butter jars.
No, but no, there ain't nothing out there after 10 o'clock for me.
No,
You know what I'm saying? The most that we do is this podcast. Like, if I'm drinking, partying, doing something like this podcast
Here.
is right here.
Yeah.
And if it's not this, I'm back with the family.
Yep.
You know,
No,
or at work.
that's good, man.
Or
That's
we'll work
good,
it,
yep.
you know.
And rarely, you and the guys probably,
Rarely.
very
We work.
rarely. That's right. That's
Dude,
right.
And we all work together. So it's like,
Oh, well,
the
shit.
stage you all the time. Yeah, so.
Oh, wait.
Man, it just seems after a long day of working, like you smoke a joint and then you're like, fuck. Like I just don't want to do shit.
What else?
Hey, you know we had to take a break.
Little
You
break.
know that. Break.
Head break.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, dude, it's fucking awesome having you come on here.
Yeah, man. I've
I
been looking
love
forward to it.
intelligent, good conversation
Yep.
and shit. Hell yeah. You know, I like people doing things, making moves for progress, for better.
Especially when they've come from where.
Yes.
You know.
Because we're fucking underdogs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Like,
Underdogs won again. Yeah,
yes,
I like
there's
it.
only one other place lower than prison, and that's death.
That's it.
You know,
one
and
of two
that's-
ways, man. His weight ends a
And
lot
we
of
have
times.
so many people that are still behind the walls and
Yeah.
still behind them, and so many people that are just not coming home.
How many do you see, bro, on social media that you knew in there? And here's the thing, that were solid. I mean, just solid ass dudes.
Yeah.
And then you start slowly watching them decline on social media. You see
Yeah.
the posts, you see
Yeah.
the telltale signs,
Yep.
and then they're gone. They're just
Yeah.
all of a sudden you see, rest in peace, bro. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Man, I see it
Dude.
over and over and over again. And that's the thing, man. Even at like Recovery Raw, we're using the building. It's a community center. A church, this church down here lets us use it, and we've been there 5 years. We want our own building now. But bro, I've had so many people come into that building that have sat there and got their kids back, did this, did that, and then bam, one night it was all gone and they're dead now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to so many funerals since I've
Yes.
been, and it's just like I don't even want to leave this building, man, because I still feel close with them there. But that's something I got to figure all that out.
But do you
yeah.
think that you're ever going to come to a spot to where it's done? I don't. I'm just being honest. I don't think we're ever
To
gonna
where
come to
what?
a spot
Let's
to
do-
where
let's-
to where it's done, to where we don't have to worry about our friends overdosing and getting back on drugs. Do you think it's ever going to come to a spot to where we can say, hey,
I don't think it
I
will.
found a surefire way for a motherfucker to be completely perfect?
You know what the best thing about dope and shit is, man?
Getting
It's
high.
the feeling of not worrying.
Yeah.
It's the numbness of it, man.
Yeah.
So that's why
The only problem
Yeah.
with it is when you come down and you realize that your life still ain't shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your problems when you got on it just went up. They came off your shoulders. They
So
stopped
you
at
just
the
start
ceiling.
getting
And
higher
they
and
felt
higher,
like
bro.
they got on it. But that's why, man, I encourage people however, whatever that looks like for them, you know, to work through that shit that you're trying to numb, bro. I mean, it's there. It is. It's there, you know, but you got to work through
it ain't
that
going
shit,
away,
man. Yeah, it's not going away. Don't let it take your life, man. Don't let it become that much more detrimental to you, and it's just hard. But, you know, somebody told you to work through your shit 8 years ago. Well, you know, I don't laugh at it.
I'm working through it.
Yeah, one lick at a time.
Yeah, fucking. Oh yeah, ask your old lady.
Yeah, I'll work through that.
That'll work all night.
Yeah.
She's asleep still. Don't call her.
That's right. Wait a minute. Wait a little bit. Give her a little bit.
Yeah, seriously. But I did leave a 20.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
yeah, and that's not yours.
It's not yours. Oh shit! Well, you stop by your buddy's house and be like, "Hey, can you grab me a beer out of your fridge? Grab me a Bud Light. How do you know you got some?" I just
just grab it, bro. Come on, don't be like that.
Alright, look, I got a joke for you.
Let's
Right.
hear it.
So, my buddy, right? I'm not gonna say their names. You know, this is just a joke. But so I went over to my buddy's house, right? And fucking knocked on his door, and I knew he was at the door. But I went over there, knocked at his door, and this fucking old lady answered. She just got in the shower. I didn't notice this one, right? Did not know it was gonna happen. Well, she had a robe on and shit. And I was like, is my buddy home? And she was like, no, he's at work. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, but look, just real quick. I'll give you $250 if you just show me your left boob. And she was like, you ain't gonna say nothing. I was like, look, $250 right here. I pulled it out. And she was like, bloop. I was like, damn, okay. I said, look, I'll give you another $250 if you just let me see the right. She's like, well, shit, I already let me see the one. In her mind, so she let me see the other one. I was like, okay, then cool.
That's it. I'm texting her
so
right
look,
now.
right? I pull out $500 after I handed her $250. I said, drop the robe. I'll give you another $500 right now. She's thinking she just made $500. I already seen it, but she dropped it. Boom. I said, God damn. I handed her the $5. She walked in naked. I said, well, tell them I stopped by. Right? I was like, that's cool. She's bad, right?
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool. Fucking, dude came home. She said, hey, stop by. She said, that motherfucker drop off that $1,000 he owes me. Yeah, buddy. I paid him back, though.
Yeah,
I gave his money.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he was so pissed off at me.
Tell him I gave that.
That's
I'm like, bro, I paid you back. Why are you so mad?
Right.
I apologize.
I can't help you.
She can't help. She dropped the rope.
Yeah.
You know? No, it's just too funny.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, I love jokes. I'm just joking.
So what we doing? We doing the Bridgestone thing, man? We gonna roll out there together? And
Dude, I'm fucking with that. That'd be fun as hell. Yeah. He's gonna sell that thing out.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna fully sell that out.
It'll go right.
Yeah.
Especially he does it right before they go on tour with Shinedown and all that.
Dude,
Yeah.
run that. That's gonna be dope.
That's
I want to see
Yeah.
this shit all go
they done skyrocketed, man.
Yes. Young Buck and Jimmy Allen are doing that fishing.
Yeah, Young Buck, man.
Yeah, that was super cool, dude.
Yeah.
He's super fucking cool.
Yeah.
Super humble.
Bring back,
But yeah, we want to go jump on that fishing tournament thing. We're not gonna do it. I want to be one of the sponsors and go down to Nashville and do that. But if we do that, I just gotta go straight over to Memphis because that's right there.
Right,
That'd be
that's
a dick
there.
move.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd get cussed out by 900 people if I
Yeah,
didn't
if
go
you
to
didn't
Memphis.
stop show love to
Oh,
Memphis.
dude, yeah. And if I went to Memphis and didn't stop in Nashville, I'd get like rocks thrown at me from the freeway.
Same.
People would be like on
Nashville's-
24 throwing rocks at 40.
Yeah,
You know, right where they
That's
overpass
right,
goes.
over, yep.
There goes the motherfucker.
Yeah, man, it's cool. It's cool seeing all these guys do that stuff.
Dude,
though,
I
man.
love-
Just and like we were talking about earlier, like even the behind the scenes people, man, with Struggle, with Jelly, whatever, and I can talk more on Struggle, you know, but like even the behind the scenes people, man, are on the same shit. Everybody's like promoting
The
good
whole-
shit,
the whole
success,
thing.
family.
Positive.
Yeah. It's you know, you it's just different. You know, we were growing up in the '90s, and everybody was, you know,
It was different.
I feel like it was different behind the scenes back then.
But what I've noticed with this group of individuals, right? Because it's one genre. Because there's a lot of people that I'm like, oh yeah, dude, you hear Jelly Roll's new stuff? He's on the radio, and they're like, who?
Yeah.
You know, and
But then once they get onto him, though, like
no, they love
lately,
it.
yeah,
they love it once they know him. But see, they don't
yeah,
know.
they see pictures of you with
Yeah.
him. They go check him out. They're like, man, I really like that.
Damn, the dude's got some good music.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, dude, I've been telling you for years,
Right.
right?
Right, you've been
Where have
sleeping
you
on
been,
it,
right? But the South is so small. But it's a good community. It's a great community.
I mean,
this has got the best people.
Man.
Absolutely.
It is, man. There's a lot of love, a lot of camaraderie, and it's just, it makes me feel good that people are trying to do positive and trying to move into a different direction.
Because and thinking beyond go. I mean, like,
well, because that's all we know.
Right.
So we can't teach anything else. Like, we don't know shit else. Like,
I'll tell you a story, man, about, and this is what, one of the big things I teach too, man, is changing your way of thinking, right? And I'm sure you do when you're talking to kids, is like the way you perceive a situation. So, I was in Nashville. My wife and I went to Nashville. This was just last year, I think. And I rolled over to Struggs late, it was like late. I knew he wanted a haircut, and so I was like, I'll come over, line you up, clean you up, hit me up about 4. Me and my wife are, 9 o'clock, I'm in bed, bro, I'm asleep.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, I got a text, 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm on my way, bro, I'm on my way. So I go over there, line him up, clean him up, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. One of my guys is like, dang, bro, what is that, what do you get for all that? So I don't get into all that with him, The next night, I texted Shrug, he was like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, well, we were going to go to Jeff Ruby's, have some steak. I wanted to take her there. Couldn't get in. He texted me, he's like, go ahead and pull up at 8 o'clock. Tell him, you're with me, whatever. Give him my name. It's under my name. So I walked in, and I was like, hey, Struggle Jennings. This is a dude that's only been out of prison a few years, right?
Yeah.
At the time, and my wife's from small town, whatever. So I walk up to Jeff Ruby's, and I tell the lady, I'm like, reservation under Struggle Jennings, and instantly like 3 or 4 people roll up. And they're like, hey, thank you so much. There's a whole bunch of people standing there waiting. But they're like, yeah, come with us. And send us right up and got me, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not but that was cool, right? It was phenomenal, right? And then, so we get done, and I tell the guy, I'm like, hey, can I have the check? And I'm sitting here, this is like almost $1,000 bill, and we're eating steak.
You're like, I know I'm going to break myself tonight.
I was like, damn, I hope we get some storms or something.
Dude, I'm looking over at the old lady like, I know we married and all, but I better get some booty.
Yeah,
swear to God.
Hey, absolutely. Something better go down.
Said better.
Right, yeah.
You or the bed something.
Yeah, so look, this dude walks out with his plate, bro, and he sets it down, right? He sets it in front of us, and he's like, hey, this is Wagyu we just picked up from the airport this morning. Came from Japan this morning. He's like, here you go.
$100 a steak.
And I said, it was, and I was like, well, here, let me pay the bill. He's like, all been covered. You're good to go. The Wagyu has been sent to you. Struggle said, have a good night, blah, blah, blah. And I just looked at but the thing is, man, these are stories that I don't boast and brag about. I tell people, I use them in group, right? I tell people all the time, I'm like, you just keep doing the right thing, networking, you're a good person, you're there for the right people, man. It just keeps going full circle,
Absolutely.
Even just that story, man, that dude is being told a billion different ways, all over the place. And take his time to shoot his waiter a text and be like, take care of my guy, blah, blah, blah. Just, so it's cool, man, watching everybody that's, coming home and all of us that are doing
positive shit.
Positive, good things, giving back for the right reasons too.
For the right reasons.
That's crazy.
Yes. Yeah. Just because I don't want nobody else to be there no more.
Right.
That just sucks.
Yep.
That fucking sucks. If I could show somebody, hey, just stop what the fuck you doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, don't skateboard down the hill, bro. There's literally rocks all over the fucking road.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat shit. I promise you. Grab a boom first, sweep it off, then bomb down.
Yep.
But you gotta have your vision clear.
That's right. Yeah, that's right, man.
Hell yeah. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on, dude.
Yeah, for sure, guys. I'm glad you reached out, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And we're gonna get together, dude. We're gonna have some fucking fun, dude.
Absolutely. We're down here all the time, man. So this is our second home.
I love it, and fucking had to rock and roll. Yes, sir.
Yeah. That was dope.
Hell yeah.